Hey friends, it is Thursday, September 21st, and you are not here today. So this is what we are doing. Number one. First thing we did is we took your formative assessment today. And just remember that we have two types of assessments. We have your formative, which is like kind of the checks to make sure that we're on the right track. And then when we get to the end, then we have the summative assessment. And just remember, if you can check the video from yesterday, or remember what we talked about in class yesterday, there are two things that we keep in Infinite Campus. In Infinite Campus, we keep your formative assessments and we keep your summative assessments. Okay? Then, if you check the video from yesterday, or remember what we did in class yesterday, we keep your participation score daily and your homework score in your Google Classroom. All right, so two different grades going on. One is for our daily work, homework, participation, Google Classroom. That's all right up on there. Okay. And then the other one is, what are we doing on our assessments, formative and summative? That's on Infinite Campus. Sound good? Okay. So today, first, we did our assessment. And then after the assessment, what we did was your homework. And today is the first weekend that I'm taking your homework home. And I'm going to take a look at what you've been working on, what you accomplished, and then you get your score 0 to 5 on the homework. Okay? Just remember, homework scores, you can always work backwards and fix them up, right? So we don't have a deadline on homework until we get to the end of the grading period. Next, we're kind of playing it by ear and see how engaged the kids are on their homework. And then if we're kind of losing them a little bit, then we're going to switch over and we're going to go to our ebook. And just remember, in the ebook, you have to go into, I look up CPM Math. And then from there, I look at the one that says More Math for More People. From there, I log in. I'm already in, so it's going to stay in. But if I'm not in, what you're going to notice is you're going to go to a login. And then if you're on your Chromebook, you can log in again and then go right to the Google G. If you're on a different device, you may have to remember your school email and your school password. Okay, so from there, we went to 2.1.1. And we're talking about variables. And so this is what I read with the kids. The chapter begins with a focus on variables such as x and y. And we're going to use algebra tiles to explore how and where to use variables. And you'll write expressions and then learn how to write them in the most efficient way. Later in the chapter, we'll compare expressions to determine which expression is greater. And this will lead us to a process of recording your steps so that anyone can understand your work. Finally, we'll look at what happens when you cannot tell the expression is greater and consider the question, what if they're equal? Since the topics in this chapter lay the foundation for simplifying expressions and solving, they will be revisited and built upon through the course. So through this whole chapter, we want to learn, what is a variable? How do you write a variable in an algebraic expression? And how do you compare to complicated algebraic expressions? And how do you solve for a variable? Okay. So then we got into this little video. And this is about 4 minutes and 53 seconds, and then I'll add it onto your site today, Google Classroom. And this kind of just explained some basics of algebra tiles and how they work and how we use them. One thing that's interesting, it's this measure doesn't equal a number measure on the side. So they try to make the algebra tiles not fit the units. So we don't want to think of this as the number 1. We want to think of that as 1 unit. The video will kind of explain this, and we'll work through this in class. Then what we had the kids do is we went in and they opened up their algebra tiles. So we went up to eTools. And up here we pulled in algebra tiles. And then we just started playing. Okay. And they learn like you can go and copy those and paste those if you want. Stuff like that. They learn that you can double click on them and what happens when you click on them. Okay. So go ahead and play with those. And then the other thing we did is we looked at these piles. So I would give them, I said, can you make this on your algebra tile board? Can you make 3 x's? And then can you have 5 units? And then can you have 1x squared? And then 1y? And then can you have 3x squared? And then can you have 2? So we went through these and made those. Then we said, can you combine those? Like if I see 1x squared over here and I see 3x squared over here, can we combine those in a different way? Okay. So that's what we did today. We did assessment. We worked on homework packets, and then we watched an introduction on algebra tiles, and then we started playing with algebra tiles. All right. Hope you have a good day. I hope I see you tomorrow. If you have any questions, contact me at johnson.th@mpsd.school. Have a beautiful day.